Hey, welcome back. We're D2, the podcast that talks about sports, politics, culture, but just scratching the surface of such things.
Never too deep.
I'm Dave.
I'm Dave. Welcome.
And we're D2.
We're going to take a little sort of side path today. We're going to do a little...
Try something new.
A little retrospective movie review. And today we're going to focus on a character that has left a deep impression upon the psyche of America. One, Long Duk Dong, from the John Hughes classic, 16 Candles. And we're going to watch a few scenes with the Donger. The name of the actor escapes me right now.
Watanabe?
Was it
his last name? Getty.
Getty
Watanabe, right?
That's true.
Has he been in something recently too?
I haven't really.
You know what? I get mixed. I'm sorry. I get mixed up with that other guy who played Short Round in Raiders. Yes. Yeah. He's been in a few movies.
Oh, he's also won an Academy Award.
Oops.
Someone needs to keep track a little bit.
I don't really keep up with the Oscars and shit.
Nor Asian Americans. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna watch a few of these scenes from 16 Candles and see if how well it's sort of aged, how well it stood the test of time, so to speak, and the standards of American taste and civility.
I've forgotten a lot of the movie, actually. I mean, I know some
right.
different parts of what he said, different lines in the movie, but I can't remember different specific scenes, actually.
I think we'll get a few of the hits.
Okay, let's do it.
Starting now.
All right.
What's happening?
That's a great line. I love the music.
Very clever dinner. Appetizing food fit neatly into interesting round pie.
It's quiche.
How do you spell?
Well, you don't spell it, son. You eat it.
I love visiting with the grandma and the grandpa and writing letters to parents and pushing lawn mowing machines so grandpa's hyena don't get disturbed.
Hernia.
All right, let's get some
What's
action.
your name?
Dong.
And this lady's pretty hot.
Yeah.
First name.
Who would you choose, her or Molly Ringwald?
Oh, this lady.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
In a heartbeat.
Every day of the week.
Heck yeah.
I bet all the boys that chase you plenty in the
Man,
school.
that's awesome.
Nobody's caught
I mean,
me yet.
Bet you big teaser, huh?
It's just like, okay, he's, nestling against the boob of the large white woman. Is it?
Pretty good.
I mean, that was the Asian American dream, wasn't it?
Donger.
Big boobies?
Well, just
Yeah.
He's really bitchy.
being sexually welcome into the bosom of America.
I've never been so happy in my whole life.
You maniac.
Now I have a place to put my hand.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Sort of playing off the stereotypes of the asexual Asian man, of course, per usual.
He's getting some action. I mean, I don't really see that in a lot of movies.
Uh-oh.
Look at this. I didn't remember this scene.
Danger.
What is going on here?
Once again, infantilization.
Interesting. I guess this guy's the hot guy in the movie.
Yeah, apparently.
Someone toilet papered.
Oh, sexy girl!
I remember that line. I
Yeah.
like saying it myself. Okay. He gets punched or something, right? For saying something offensive.
He does get punched.
Okay. Yeah, right here.
Howard, he's dead.
Oh, shit. I paid $7,000 for a wedding. I'll never see it.
Oh, watch your language, Mr. Dirty Mouth.
Oh, thank God he is still warm.
Oh, good.
Here,
I find the reaction of this family, like very believable. Like that's I think that's how they did treat Asians back in the 80s. I think.
The donga need
Oh,
food.
without a doubt.
Like
Especially out in certain parts of the country, like a suburban type area with
Shut up, Fred. Shut up.
not very. Yeah, so
Dong.
this is a little condescending here.
Grandpa is talking to you.
I mean, I know he's drunk, but
Dong. Where is my
this is a great line.
Automobile. Leg. Big leg.
what? What'd you say?
Lake, big lake.
Scuzzbag.
That was a great line reading.
Yeah.
I gotta
yeah.
hand it to him.
Hey, I'm coming.
Oh yeah, this is where he gets punched.
Oh wait, he didn't get punched before?
No.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Spoiler warning.
Well, it is over 30 years old, I think.
Oh wait, you're right. He punched him last night.
Yeah.
My bad.
I thought he got punched when he was like meeting those, that
Yeah.
all those old people.
That's right.
Old white people.
Use
The
excellent use
gong.
of the gong. Excellent.
Yeah, that and me.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought that you my new style American girlfriend.
Forget it, man. Just get some meth, all right?
She not here.
Don't jerk me around, man. Where is she?
She got married. What? She at the church. She get married to oily bohunk.
Married?
Married.
Married?
Yeah, married.
Married?
Married.
That guy does not look like he's in high school.
All right. Well,
Interesting.
yeah, that was a interesting retroactive look at the great Long Duk Dong, one of the standout characters in American media, Asian American.
I hear a lot of people, Asian Americans growing up saying like, oh, this was the worst portrayal ever of an Asian, and they thought like this really hurt them growing up and stuff, their image and everything.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I mean, it's okay. First of all, and I'm not excusing any of it, but it's like I think it's like when Asians are portrayed as more like ridiculously subservient, like sort of that more the stereotype.
Yeah.
Right. I think that's more hurtful than this. First of all, it's a silly comedy, so let's not get our panties in a bunch, like getting too agitated about this character.
Yeah.
Because number one, there's some like kind of offensive like little gong things and stuff like that, and
The
like
little music while he's trying to eat,
and,
tasting American food for the first time, I guess, or something.
and it's just like the sort of like that asexual character, right? But at least it's sort of like he broke out of his shell, so to speak, and became a party animal at the end of the night. So there was actually some kind of character development for this guy, as opposed to like some kind of grocery store clerk who's just going, oh, what's up? So there was something to this character. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it's a great rendition or representation of Asian American males.
Yeah.
But looking back, I didn't feel quite as like irritated as I thought I would.
Yeah. I kind of have to agree, actually. I mean, looking back, it's weird. Like this was known as the movie by, I think, a lot of, Asian guys that are like, oh, this was so offensive.
Yeah.
This is the worst. And yeah, definitely. It just kind of replicated everything that was already offensive in the movies at the time. So it is offensive in a lot of ways, looking back. But yeah, this is a big part for this guy. I mean, he wasn't a complete just. I mean, in some ways he was a caricature, but in some ways, hey, there's things that didn't necessarily were kind of positive in some ways, I guess. I mean, he was kind of goofy. I don't know if maybe that's just him. The music every time the gong, that's annoying at least. He kind of has some sort of dimensionality, even though being a lesser character. I mean, hey man, he got some girl with some big boobies, but I guess there's the part of it though. He's kind of he's like somewhat. I wouldn't say effeminate, but he's obviously in the relationship he's in, he's more of the kind of the meeker guy, and his the person that he's attracted to is almost like an Amazon, sort of like more of a.
It sort of plays into that idea of a asexual Asian male, I guess.
But he did get some, I think. I mean,
it is very interesting looking back on this, because it's kind of like, I remember thinking when I first saw it as like, when I was like 10 or whatever the hell it was, right? I remember thinking, this guy has some great lines. He's really funny, right? And he's a standout character in this. Now, the problem is, I'm sure that this was the only kind of role that Geddy Watanabe ever got again that was offered to him for the next 5 years of his career.
Maybe. I remember him. He was in like the last season of Head of the Class, that show.
Oh, was he one of the
I
students?
think that was, I think that might have been him.
Okay.
The thing that really, I think people, felt offended by was not necessarily the actual movie, maybe, as much as people watching the movie and then just kind of re-quoting that to anytime they see an Asian person, kind of like ridiculing them by, oh, no hanky my wanky or something, or what's happening, hosta.
I mean, what's interesting about this is that he's so memorable, this character, and it was a standout character. And I'm sure it gave Watanabe as just the greatest, what do you call it, like celebrity that he's ever gotten, greatest showcase that he's ever received, right? And I'm sure it got him some roles. But now, does it become a character that sets the standard for other projects? Like, oh, our funny Asian character is going to be has to be like Long Duk Dong. It's like, it kind of like just kind of corners people into that, and I think that is sort of the insidious part of it.
I mean, I don't know what they. There has to be some leeway. I'm actually not a big fan of John Hughes movies, to tell you the truth.
Okay, I was, but looking back, it's kind of like, it's definitely more problematic.
I feel like everything for John Hughes movies is more, and this may be why also it's offensive to some degree, that everything is like, it's obviously centered around such a white suburban experience, audience experience.
Absolutely.
And there was a lot of things, and not just this movie, but in a lot of the movies that, like, I don't know why, like other Asian people I grew up with were like, oh, this is a great movie. This is such a, has a great message or something. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Me personally, I didn't really relate to any of them.
Well, I'm going to have to defend the John Hughes a little bit here.
I know everyone loves those movies.
You can
just for me personally.
Yeah, I mean, I get your point. It's just that
each his own.
Yeah. Dave. Okay. First of all, I think John Hughes was writing from what he knew. That was what was sort of his experience.
Sure, I think it would have been. I mean, he's not going to write a movie. About anything else that he knows, but I think like something like this, where with Long Duk Dong, I mean, obviously, I think it comes from a more white-centered opinion of Asians and stuff to some degree. And that is a little bit annoying or offensive in some ways, to have the gong and all that. That's supposed to be just funny. That people are laughing because of that. So, but I think the actual character wasn't, I mean, considering relative to what else was out there, I find other stuff much worse, actually.
Oh, of course,
Yeah.
of course. It's just, I think looking back, it wasn't quite as offensive as we remembered it to be.
Yeah.
Ultimately. So kudos to Giddy Watanabe for getting his breakout here. I ran into him at a restaurant like a few years after I got to LA.
Yeah.
And I wanted to be, I still held like, I was like, oh, it was funny, but he's not doing me any favors from playing that role, making me look like a asexual Asian schmuck.
Uh-huh.
So I just said hi.
Man of principle.
But he seemed very nice. Like all the people that were in the restaurant with me, they were super excited to see Long Duk
Dong.
Yeah.
Okay, does this guy actually, speak with the kind of a Japanese accent in real life? He's pretty much just, he can speak,
I think he's
like
fluent.
English fluently. And,
I barely spoke with him. So.
Yeah, so that's another thing. He's an exchange student in the movie.
Yeah. And that's it. He was extremely nice to everybody who went up to him. So it's like, I'm sure he's a very, very nice gentleman.
Sure.
But he wasn't helping to get me. He wasn't helping to get me laid.
I really don't feel anything bad about, nothing against him personally. He's an actor. I'm sure he's trying to make it as an actor.
Dude.
What other parts is he going to get at the time?
Dude, especially at the time, as an Asian American actor, you had to do every goddamn like demeaning role that you could find. You could, if you were like, Asian restaurant worker number 7, you took it. It's like you had no choice.
At least he didn't die in the movie.
That
it wasn't like
different movie. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's just like, I'm sure there's like several Asian actors that all they do is just die in movies or get killed.
Asian victim number 7.
Yeah.
Do you remember there was that one dude in the 80s and early like 90s? He had like that long stringy hair, but he was bald, and he had like the giant Fu Manchu beard. He showed up as a bad guy in like Die Hard and like Steven Seagal movies. Oh yeah. And he would always get shot. He would just come in, rushing, screaming.
I think he might have started as a stuntman or something.
Right, I think so. But he appeared in like
that
string of, what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the movies. Well, Die Hard's a pretty good movie, but yeah, there's other movies. I think he's in like a lot of B action movies or something, and he's just there to get killed. Maybe.
He carved out a fantastic career as like victim number 7 of Schwarzenegger, or victim number 2 of Stallone in every action movie. Comes in with that like AK-47 or whatever, and he just gets shot up.
Do you remember? There's a movie with Dolph Lundgren and Bruce Lee's son. Showdown in Little Tokyo. Yeah. I think I might have mentioned this, but I remember it's about stopping the Yakuza, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there was a scene, I think, where I swear there's one guy, he gets killed, all right? It's killed by Dolph Lundgren or something. Maybe Brandon Lee kills him.
Okay.
And then fast forward, maybe 20 minutes later, this guy appears again. And he's like, at the Yakuza boss, I'm sorry for what I did. Let me cut my finger. And I think and he gets killed by the Yakuza boss. So he gets killed twice. And I find that offensive because basically they're like trying to play it off like this guy, they all look alike. So let's kill this guy twice.
Are you sure
you can play 2 different characters?
Are you sure you're not being the racist one and mistaking?
I swear it's this guy twice.
Okay, we're gonna have to.
Why would I?
We're gonna have to get some confirmation on this. I don't want to. Because, all right, number 1, you can hire like a new.
I swear to God,
you can hire another Asian American extra for like a couple of pot stickers.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe the guy called in sick. That was the extra someday, or something like. All right, we got you again. Come on.
Right.
Maybe he thought, I need to.
So he's like doubling up on his
maybe it was good for him.
Because I don't think they would present the guy who cuts off his own finger as that big of a presence if he died already?
Well, I swear, I may be wrong about that, but
I mean, it would be hilarious.
I
if
swear
that
this
happened.
guy,
It would be
he was
hilarious.
killed,
Okay.
and then I saw him again, and he was killed again.
Okay.
He died twice, basically, but he he was supposed to be two different guys.
Okay.
So
Okay. Well,
you know, the audience is not going to tell them
did
apart.
they just slick back his hair in the second time or
He looked
something?
exactly the same. Maybe he had different clothes on.
He had like you know,
I think he had different clothes on.
they put on like a fake mustache.
I
for him.
swear he died twice.
All right. All
I
right.
swear.
Well, we're gonna have to research that. We can't.
Right.
You know.
You're gonna have to look it up
Yeah.
or watch it, see for yourself.
Do we have to watch? Oh, Jesus.
Just
Okay.
up to that point, maybe.
All right. We'll do that.
You don't have to watch the whole movie to see that happen. So.
This could be one of the great scandals in Asian American history of cinematic.
Probably the
history,
movie
so.
was, the movie didn't do so well, so no one really cared. But let's say it was a box office smash.
Well, something like, does that guy get double the residuals?
That's what
I wanna know.
I'm thinking.
Okay, good for him then.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was our conclusion. I think we're going to conclude our review of Giri Watanabe's Long Duk Dong, historical figure in Asian American cinema today. So, best of luck to Giri, and
Wherever he is.
I'm sure he's around. Thanks for
16
watching.
Candles 2 coming up, maybe a sequel.
Oh, I don't know.